We've seen them clash. We've seen Cal Kestis, the survivor, the resourceful Jedi Knight, stand before the mechanical terror that is Darth Vader. And both times we've seen him do the only thing he could, run. But that was then. After the events of Jedi Survivor, Cal is a different person. He's more powerful, more experienced, and has wrestled with the same kind of anger that fuels his greatest enemy. So it's time we ask the real question. Could Cal Kestis actually win? Not just survive. Not just escape, but truly defeat the Dark Lord of the Sith? In a one-on-one duel to the bitter end, is there any scenario where the survivor of Order 66 could actually triumph over the Chosen One himself? Today, we're doing a full breakdown. We're analyzing their lightsaber skills, their connection to the Force, and their mental game to find out if victory is even a possibility for Cal Kestis. And the answer is a lot more complicated than you might think. Before we imagine the duel, we have to understand the fighters. This isn't just a contest of strength. It's a clash of histories, philosophies, and raw, untamed power. First, let's talk about the challenger, Cal Kestis. His journey is one of pure survival and adaptation. When we first meet him in Fallen Order, his connection to the Force is fractured by trauma, a defensive wall he built to hide from the Empire. He was a Padawan who never finished his training, forced to relearn the basics just to stay alive. But by Jedi Survivor, Cal is a battle-hardened knight. He's a master of improvisation. Unlike traditional Jedi who might specialize in one lightsaber form, Cal is incredibly versatile. Based on gameplay, he can fluidly switch between a single blade, a double-bladed staff for crowd control, aggressive dual-wielding, the heavy-hitting crossguard stance, and even mixing in a blaster. This makes him wildly unpredictable. His Force abilities are creative and tactical. He can push, pull, and lift. But one of his most effective skills is a powerful Force stasis, an ability to dramatically slow his enemies. He also has the rare gift of psychometry, letting him read echoes of the past from objects. An incredible tool for gathering information, even if it's less useful in a direct fight. Cal is resourceful, agile, and a symbol of resilience. And then there's the champion, Darth Vader. To call him a fighter is an understatement. In the era of the Empire, Vader isn't just a combatant, he is a force of nature. He is the Chosen One, possessing an incredible raw potential in the Force. A potential now twisted and refined by decades of Sith mastery. Vader is a master of Form V, or Gemso, a style focused on overwhelming opponents with pure, relentless aggression and powerful counterattacks. It's the very style he, as Anakin Skywalker, helped perfect. His experience is nearly unrivaled. He fought through the Clone Wars, led the Great Jedi Purge, and has hunted down and extinguished countless Jedi, many far more experienced than Cal. His command of the Force is immense. Where Cal might push a droid, Vader can crush massive walkers and pull down entire structures. His armored suit, while a constant source of pain, also makes him incredibly durable. And that very pain only serves to fuel his connection to the dark side. Vader is a living weapon of merciless pragmatism. So, let's put them blade to blade. In a pure lightsaber duel, how does this play out? Cal's greatest asset is his adaptability. His ability to switch stances on the fly, from a defensive posture to an all-out dual-blade flurry, would make him a uniquely challenging opponent for almost anyone. He can adapt to an enemy's strategy, probing for weaknesses and changing his attack pattern in an instant. This is what allowed him to defeat multiple Inquisitors and even a corrupted High Republic-era Jedi Master. But Vader is not an Inquisitor. Cal's jack-of-all-trades style is a product of his incomplete training. Vader, on the other hand, is a true master. His use of Gemso is the pinnacle of the form. It's a style designed to meet aggression head-on and can completely overpower it. Every single block is a potential counterattack. Vader's movements are calculated, precise, and backed by immense physical strength, amplified by both his cybernetics and the Force. While Cal is agile, Vader's experience lets him control the pace and space of a duel. He would systematically shut down Cal's options. Cal's single-blade stance would be met with overwhelming power. His dual-bladed flurries would be deflected with brutal efficiency. The heavy crossguard stance, while powerful, likely lacks the speed to seriously threaten a duelist of Vader's caliber. In their first encounter, Cal couldn't land a single meaningful blow. Vader overpowered him with terrifying ease. The hard truth is that Cal's technical skill, while impressive for a survivor, is simply outclassed. Vader is one of the greatest duelists the galaxy has ever known. Cal is a gifted knight who's still finding his way. In a straight contest of blades, Vader's refined mastery and raw power would inevitably grind Cal down. Okay, so maybe it's not the blades. Maybe Cal's unique force abilities could give him an edge? Cal's powers are tactical. His ability to slow an enemy is incredibly powerful and rare. We see him use it to great effect against troopers and droids. He's also shown he can use mind tricks to turn enemies against one another and has developed the ability to lift and slam opponents. The problem is the massive difference in raw power. Cal's abilities are like a toolkit of precision instruments. Vader's power is a wrecking ball. While Cal might slow a single trooper, Vader has demonstrated telekinetic power on a monumental scale. The most telling factor is their first confrontation. When Vader trapped Cal, the young Jedi was utterly helpless. It took the intervention of a full-fledged Jedi Master, Sari Junda, just to create an opening for him to escape. Even while being choked and held in place, Cal could barely pull down a small piece of machinery. Vader's telekinetic grip was absolute. Cal simply doesn't have the raw force power to break Vader's hold or defend against his most devastating attacks. Could Cal's force stasis work on Vader? It's possible it could slow him for a fraction of a second, creating a brief opening. But a being with Vader's immense power and connection to the Force would likely shrug off the effect almost instantly. It's a great tool against lesser foes, but against a true Sith Lord, it's a temporary inconvenience at best. This is where the gap widens into a chasm. By the time of Survivor, Cal Kestis is in his early 20s. He has 5 years of experience as a guerrilla fighter, striking from the shadows. He's defeated Inquisitors and a fallen Jedi, but he needed Merrin's help to take down Terran Malicos on Dathomir. His mindset is that of a survivor, driven by hope and the need to protect his found family. Darth Vader is a veteran of galactic warfare. He was a general in the Clone Wars and has spent decades as the Emperor's enforcer. He is a master of psychological warfare, using his opponent's fears and doubts to break them before their bodies. We see this in his duels with Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano. Vader's entire existence is fueled by rage, pain, and self-loathing, an unending furnace of dark side energy. Cal is haunted by his past and the trauma of Order 66. While he's grown more resilient, this is a vulnerability that a master manipulator like Vader would exploit without hesitation. In their duel, Vader didn't just overpower Cal physically, he dominated him psychologically. The sheer terror and hopelessness Cal felt was a weapon in itself. Vader isn't just an opponent. He is a walking embodiment of the Empire's victory and the Jedi's failure. So, let's be clear. In a fair, one-on-one fight on neutral ground, Cal Kestis, as he is now, would lose. The power gap is just too wide. He's simply not at the level needed to defeat Vader outright. A direct confrontation would almost certainly end in his defeat. You could compare him to Luke Skywalker during The Empire Strikes Back. Brave, skilled, and able to land a hit, but ultimately outmatched by a far superior power. But the question wasn't, can he win a fair fight? It was, could he ever win? And the answer to that is, maybe. But it would require a perfect storm of circumstances. Victory for Cal isn't found in a fair duel. It's found in exploiting a rare moment of weakness. So what would it take? First, Vader would need to be compromised. We saw in his duel with Sari Junda that even Vader has limits. Siri, a full Jedi Master who had confronted her past, pushed him incredibly hard, and Vader didn't walk away from that fight unscathed. If Cal were to face a Vader who was already injured or exhausted from another major battle, that monumental power gap might shrink just enough for Cal's agility and resourcefulness to matter. Second, Cal would need backup. He is at his best when fighting alongside his crew. Imagine a scenario where Merrin is present, using her powerful Night Sister magic to restrain Vader, or create illusions, giving Cal the opening he desperately needs. He needed her help against Malicos. He would absolutely need it against a Sith Lord. Third, the environment could be a deciding factor. Vader is a powerhouse, but his cybernetics and fighting style are less suited for tight, enclosed spaces, or areas that restrict his movement. If Cal could lure him into an unstable environment, a collapsing facility, a magnetically chaotic scrapyard, he could use his agility and environmental awareness to create an advantage. Finally, and most importantly, Cal might have to tap into his own anger. In Jedi Survivor, we see Cal give in to his rage when pushed to the edge, becoming brutally effective. If he were to unleash that part of himself in a moment of desperation, he might be able to match Vader's aggression and power for a short, critical time. A Cal Kestis fighting with pure desperate rage would be a wild, unpredictable opponent, the kind of fighter Vader might not expect. Under these specific conditions, a weakened Vader, with the support of Marin, in a favorable environment, and with Cal drawing on his inner darkness, a victory isn't impossible. It's a sliver of a chance, but it exists. So could Cal Kestis ever win against Darth Vader? In a straight duel, the answer is a firm no. Cal is an exceptional Jedi Knight, a testament to survival and growth. But Vader exists on another tier entirely. He is the chosen one, a monster forged in the fires of Mustafar and perfected by decades of darkness. But Cal's story has never been about fair fights. It's about survival. His victory isn't about overpowering his enemy. It's about outsmarting them, enduring, and finding a way to protect what matters. Every time he escapes Vader, it is a victory in itself, a spiritual win that proves hope can survive even in the shadow of overwhelming despair. Perhaps one day, if he continues to grow and learn, Cal could face Vader and do more than just survive. But for now, his greatest strength lies not in his ability to defeat the monster, but in his refusal to become one. But what do you think? Is there a scenario where Cal wins that I missed? Could a fully realized dark Cal actually take him down? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the Star Wars universe. Thanks for watching.